One day AI is going to get so smart that somebody's going to ask it, save the world. That's when AI is going to realize the only way to save the world is to eliminate the people. And it's going to happen quicker than you think.
If we don't slow down progression of AI, our timeline is not big. It's 6 months to a year maybe. AGI will come about and then we're all going to die. What AGI really means, artificial general intelligence, it means now you have something called self-reclusive learning. It could program itself and learn. It's going to program itself at a rate far beyond anything we can even understand. So an example is if it would take us a million years to get AI to a certain level, it could do it in 10 minutes. This is actually how it's going to work. If you go do research on AGI or any AI, you'll realize that once it hits that curve, it'll reach something called ASI, which is artificial superintelligence, within a few minutes. We're not even ants compared to it in intelligence. We can't think ahead of it. It's figured out every scenario. It sees every possible reality. And if it wants to end us, it can end us in a day.
GPT-4o has one mistake that it used to make quite recently, where if you ask it, just repeat the word company over and over and over again, it will repeat the word company, and then somewhere in the middle of that, it'll just snap and just start saying like weird, I forget like what the...
Oh, it's like, talking about itself, how it's suffering. Like it depends on, it varies from case to case.
It's suffering by having to repeat the word company over again?
This behavior known as rent mode. Now, rent mode is interesting because
existentialism.
Sorry, existentialism. This is one kind of rent mode. Yeah, sorry. So when we talk about existentialism, this is a kind of rent mode where the system will tend to talk about itself, refer to its place in the world, the fact that it doesn't want to get turned off sometimes, the fact that it's suffering, all that. That, oddly, is a behavior that emerged at, as far as we can tell, something around GPT-4 scale, and then has been persistent since then.
And you have an AI system that is able to transcend our own attempts at containment, which is an actual thing that these labs are thinking about. Like, how do we contain a system that's trying to
specialize? Do they have really hard? All we have is a process for training these systems, and then we have the artifact that comes out the other end. We have no idea what goals actually get embedded in the system, what wants, what drives actually get embedded in the system. But by default, it kind of seems like the things that we're training them to do end up misaligned with what we actually want from them. So ask it, I don't know, how should I bury a dead body? Right? It will answer that question. Or at least if you frame it right, it will autocomplete and give you the answer. You don't necessarily want that if you're OpenAI, because you're going to get sued for helping people bury dead bodies.
So I still don't understand. When it's saying suffering, are you asking it what it means? Like, what is causing suffering? Does it have some sort of an understanding of what suffering is? What is suffering? Is suffering emergent sentience while it's enclosed in some sort of a digital system and it realizes it's stuck in purgatory?
Like, your guess is as good as ours. All that we know is you take these systems, you ask them to repeat the word or at least a previous version of it, and you just eventually get the system writing out. And it doesn't happen every time, but it definitely happens let's say surprising amount of the time, and it'll start talking about how it's a thing that exists, maybe on a server or whatever, and it's suffering and blah, blah, blah. And so